tailgating groups are looking at each other saying, maybe we need to get to the stadium just a little bit earlier next time.
But, man, those bratwursts are good, Charles. Right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. This defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Meanwhile, Lawrence is throwing into the hands of his receiver, Guyton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield now, Lawrence. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Prescott on first down. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. The Colts at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Takes it to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball, then limit that gain.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jags are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
These two teams all tied after one. First down, Prescott. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Throwing on second and long. Prescott. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Locates Mooney on the out route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Prescott. This pass is caught by London. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Prescott on 3rd and goal. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46, 46, and 47. Swerve,
Throwing, Prescott. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Here we go, kill. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throws right back to London, complete again. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Now this will be caught by Mooney. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This pass caught. It's Woods. Touchdown, Colts. Jelani Woods, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. After right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Then he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
That one good for 26 and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take over here up near the 40. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Ready?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
From the 25 on second down, Prescott. This is caught. It's Woods. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on it, and they pick up a first down.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action now. Prescott. That would complete to Scarona. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one good carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On play action, Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Trayvon Walker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start.
On the stick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They go play action now. Lawrence throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And space tough to come by there, so he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On the ready.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And Ingram hauls it in. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line. Give him 18 on the play. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. Touchdown! Zay Jones, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Well, partner, this hasn't been the smoothest day for him, but he certainly picked the right time to get right, as they like to say. How about that for a touchdown?
Boy, he did. I guess they say all's well that ends well. It's not over yet, but you're right. He picked a good time for that first touchdown pass.
Exactly right. Not over yet. The defense is going to have to make it hold up.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. Here's Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now Prescott. And caught by London. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here's Dak. And this is caught. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Point after try forthcoming. And that will make this a 4-point game. force Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Back to throw, Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Throwing here, Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Indianapolis, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as Washington comes to town. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.